Right. I think they're done, you know. I think they upload them. Right. So let me see. Go down. Supposed to handle a subject, man. Oh, good. All right.
It's time for Shakeup on WEFM 99.9.
And it's now 28 minutes on the hour of 11, and you're welcome to the Clean First Zone. We're next time going at this time. We have our Shepherds program. Today's Shepherds scripture reading will be taken from Psalms 18 verses 1 to 3. I love thee, Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer. My God is my rock and my refuge, my shield, and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. I call to the Lord, who is worthy of praise, and I have been saved from my enemies. That was your Shakeup scripture reading from 18 verses 1 to 3. You locked onto the Clean First Zone. We're connecting with everyone. Shakeup is an interactive program. So the number to call 457-9997. The number to call again 457-9997. Also to be interactive on WhatsApp.
Call or text as well. 457-9997. Today's Shakeup host will be hosted by no other than Mr. Augustine Ferdinand.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Richie. Good morning to you and morning to the listeners of WEFM. Greetings to those of you joining us via Star and Garifuna Radio. Those of you listening to us in the diaspora in the US of A, Canada, the United Kingdom, and across the continent of Europe. To our Consul General, Mr. Fitzhuggins. Greetings to you and your family. Also to our Consul General McIntosh, New York. My good friend and brother and his family, all the way in Oman, Mr. Darren Grant. Greetings to those listening via Phil at the market. To Comrade Elson, Comrade Hans, Comrade Bonds, Ubi, Mr. Bergen, my good friend, the former Speaker of the House, Mr. Hendrik Alexander, and all those who are locked on, Miss Murphy, Miss Harold, those listening via the shops in the respective communities across the length and breadth of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and also to our many students around the world across the Eastern Caribbean. Good morning. As usual, it's an interactive program, and the number to call and get interactive with us is 457-9997. That's 457-9997. That's the number you can reach us via landline and also WhatsApp to get interactive with us here on the program. First of all, I want to make mention for those who may be interested that the Prime Ministerial Youth Advisory Council is expected to host its talent search from the 19th of next month. And this talent search is under the theme Ignite. And for those who are curious as to what it's about, it's more or less as it says talent search, opening opportunity to young people between the ages of 4 and 35, and groups of no more than 6 persons, but you have to be between the ages of, again, 4 and 35. We are very talented and will want to perform different acts. Again, it's about talent. So singing, my brethren here, Richie is a disc jockey, could perform his talent as a DJ. Those who are into dancing, poetry, and the like. And you'll hear more about it as time go by. So once you have a talent, this is an opportunity for you to showcase that talent and win various prizes. And again, you can either go as an individual or you could go as a group, but a group of no more than 6. So if you're a singing group, you can do that. If you're a dancing group, you can do that, but no more than 6 of you. And you will have auditions taking place under this talent search. And of course, you'll have, as usual, those who will go to the semis and those who will go into the finals. But the prizes, though, I think this is the part persons are waiting on. Because you might say, well, okay, yeah, talent. Why don't you talk about the prize yet? And that might be just the factor that will, convince you. So the prize is you have $10,000 in cash prize. And in cash prizes, you have for the winner $5,000 in cash, along with full calendar of performances. And if the winner is, in primary school or secondary school, you at least will get a scholarship for 5 years, more or less, valuing $5,000 annually. If the winner is in, let's say, college or university, you will get what you call an exhibition scholarship, valued at $75,000. And if you're not, as the winner, you're not interested in either of them, either of the last two I called, which is $5,000 scholarship for over a period of 5 years, 5,000 every year over a period of 5 years, or you're not interested in the exhibition scholarship, then you can choose to receive $15,000. So those are the top prizes there. So again, it's for the 19th, and as time go by, you'll hear more about this. Between the ages of 4 and 35, you can do your talent as an individual, or you can do it in a group, but no more than 6 persons. And again, you're talking about dancing, singing, dramatizing, poetry. You have disc jockey and the like. So that's just out there. And if you're a young person and you are quite interested, you can go, you can type in PMACY, and it will come up on the website, and you can register there as well. So I just want to put that out there, for persons, young persons who may be so desirous. I would want to think about what they may want to do with the talent. Now, I want to thank all the comrades of the Unity Labour Party in North Leeward who came out in their numbers yesterday at Chatterville Methodist School for the candidate selection. It was energetic. The people, you can sense they're ready, and they recommended Comrade Carlos James to be the standard bearer for the Unity Labour Party for the constituency of North Leeward. A keen observation is that he had a lot of young people, a lot of young faces, even young faces I've seen for the first time. It's not my first time going to a meeting even at that particular venue, but some of the young faces is the first time I've seen them. And what it shows is that, despite what some people see on social media and think that isn't reflective on the ground at all, And North Leewards is saying that they're red and ready. And the energy, the electrifying speeches, the performances, the remarks, the people in general, those who came, whether it's far from Spring Village or Rose Hall, Chomokan, went down into Chateaubelair. It was a wonderful event, and I really want to thank all the comrades who came out in their numbers, showing solid support and endorsing Comrade Carlos James, Honorable Carlos James, to stand again as the candidate for the constituency of North Leeward. So that happened yesterday at the Chateaubelair Methodist School. I know you also had on the weekend, Saturday in particular, 2 red limes, one at Rillan and also in North Windward, and those went well. Persons enjoyed themselves. And I know also had a football session yesterday, I think up Sharps as well. So I had 1 or 2 other activities. And I believe this Sunday coming, in Centrally, what they're going to have their own candidate selection as well. So things are moving. Things are moving. I know, listening this morning, many of you more or less enjoyed the interview with the Minister of Housing, Dr. Randall Brewster. And, you know, what it shows is that the Unity Labour Party is also a very youthful party, in that outside of, and I'm talking about the election coming up, I don't know how many persons ever see it this way. And this is why I have always said that the Unity Labour Party is the party of change. Because if you think about it, for candidates of the party or members of the government since 2001, you only have 2 persons left, 2 members of cabinet, 2 members in the parliament who are there since 2001 to now, only 2. And that is the Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Montgomery Daniel. This election coming up, given the different candidate selections we've had, you will only have 1. That will be the political leader, Dr. Alfie Gonzalez. In terms of persons who have surpassed the age of 60 in the Unity Labour Party, you will only have, in this election coming up, 3 persons in the Unity Labour Party. After that, the oldest person in the party will be the Minister of Finance, Honorable Camilo Gonzalez. Yesterday, well, not yesterday, today, you heard from the Minister of Housing, who is in his 30s, Dr. Randall Brewster, the parliamentary representative for Central Leeward. And the amazing story is that Dr. Brewster was actually the president of the Central Leeward Unity Youths in 2015. Yes, 2015. He was the president of the Unity Labour Party Unity Youths for Central Leeward. And in 2020, he became the candidate. And he's now, well, he spoke this morning, you know, his stint as minister since 2020 to now, when he was Minister of Social Mobilization, Youth Sports, you know, Housing, and now he's Minister of Housing. And he's doing a remarkable job as minister and also parliamentary rep. A young, very young man. You have recently was a few weeks ago with the South Windward candidate selection, and the South Windward Council recommended Mr. Darren John, who also was once the president of South Windward Unity Youths, I think in 2015 as well. And is now recommended as a candidate by the council. So it shows that within the Unity Labour Party, you have young persons who have been members of the party, who have served in different capacities in the party, especially in the youth arm, and who have risen to become candidates. You can't say the same about the NDP. As a matter of fact, I remember once upon a time when you had Nick Francis as president of the Young Dems, and many persons have often wondered, why is it that the NDP never given him that opportunity to serve, whether as a candidate? But you don't get that in the NDP. And when you look at the team that is coming up, Sunday you had the two ministers, two young ministers who are women. You had Minister Benava Brown, who is the Minister of Urban Development, Energy Supports. And you had Minister Peters, who is Minister of Social Mobilization, very young in the 30s. And it shows you where the Unity Labour Party is at. Constant refreshing, constant changing. And a party that has a fusion and a mixture of those who have served for many years and they accumulate wisdom and experience and can offer guidance to the upcoming and future leaders of the party, those who will carry the mantle forward. And that is happening before our very eyes. So you have the Minister of Finance, who I said would be the oldest, and he's not 60. He's not even in his mid-50s. After PM Gonzalez, you'll have after PM Gonzalez, Honorable Jimmy Prince and Honorable Curtis King. You have yesterday Honorable Carlos James, the Minister of Tourism, very young man. Dr. Randy Brewster, very young man. The two female ministers yesterday, very young. Dr. Grace Walters, also. Ms. Siobhan Stewart, Mr. Carlos Williams, the Northern Grenadines, Mr. Marvin Fraser, very young. And you can go on and on and on. Mr. Grenville Williams. This is the Unity Labour Party. Ever changing, ever refreshing. And giving the young people the opportunity to lead, taking charge. I can imagine how it felt for Dr. Bruce. Dr. Grace Walters. First time as a minister and given such significant responsibility at a time when we had to deal with pandemic and eruptions of Lasso Frere, Hurricane Elsa, Hurricane Beryl, other shocks, and many persons would be looking to the Ministry of Social Mobilization to provide support. Similarly to Ministry of Housing to repair homes and build homes. And his first stint as a minister. But it shows you that the Prime Minister had faith in him and therefore give him that responsibility. And he is doing a marvelous job. And also that is part as well being guided, as he mentioned here this morning. So Louis Shakeup, who have served for many years in government, was Deputy Prime Minister, served in different capacities, mainly primarily foreign affairs. And that is what the Unity Labour Party is about. Giving young people the opportunity to take charge. Mantle of proving themselves, their worth, not being afraid to give them that space to take charge. You can't say the same about the opposition. Honorable Carlos James, Minister of Tourism, very young. First elected as area rep 2020, given the Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development. Continues to build out our tourism sector. Record stats and numbers in stopover visitors, arrivals to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Record investments in accommodation, hotel. Increase international flights to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. While at the same time, giving representation, infrastructure, Long Line Road, other roads, bridges, decentralizing services, making it easier for persons in North Leeward, Farmer Support Company, Cannabis Authority Office, banking service in North Leeward, the Technical Institute at Petitbodel, and other things, providing representation, bringing benefits to farmers as well, fertilizers, income support, and the like in North Leeward. Very young, but dedicated and committed and doing a fantastic job. Minister Kissel Peters served as Foreign Affairs Minister, now serving as Minister of Social Mobilization. A lot of experience already under her belt. Very young, very articulate. Minister Soboto Caesar, very young. Minister of Agriculture. He once served as Minister of Tourism too. And in other capacity. While at the same time giving representation to the people of South Central Windward. One of the hardest working and innovative Minister of Agriculture in the entire Caribbean region. And persons look to him for leadership in that regard. Very young, very able. This is the Unity Labour Party. The party for change, the party that will continue to carry St. Vincent and Grenadines into the future. Constant refreshing, constant changing of the guard, giving the young people a chance to lead in different capacities. You don't see that in the opposition. What do you see in the opposition? What do you see in the opposition? Are men who done past 60, 65, even 70, fighting up and fighting for power. Notice I say fighting up to govern. now fighting up to represent. Fighting up for power. That is their drive. And their campaign to try and get power is not to propose solutions to various issues that you may face or experience, but to get revenge and to say, oh, I am a minister. That is their drive. Because as they say, they remember, they forget all those who they feel wrong them. And all. So their thirst is power for revenge. That's what drives them. So you have Daniel Cummins, who felt that he should have continued at water authority. And therefore he wants revenge for that. Sinclair Leacock, who felt, well, he should have continued at Vinlec for however long. And he want revenge for that, and among other things. Bramble, who had nothing else to do abroad, came back, looking to be minister. That's what drives them. Not about serving people, not about building country. And there are those who are already retired and who still want to collect something. So you would have a retired banker who's still pushing themselves to want to become minister of government. A retired principal who want to push themselves to become a minister. You know what I'm talking about. They retire, but they want to push themselves. Instead of giving young people the opportunity and a chance, pushing themselves. So you have Godwin Friday, who passed 60. Bramble, who passed 60. Sinclair Leacock, Daniel Cummins, Lavon Velox, all of them. Terence Olive, pushing themselves and telling you, the people, that they are the change. You can ever it was telling you that they are the change. But the Unity Labour Party is showing you that it has all the confidence in the young people who are also the products of the education revolution to take charge, to lead in different capacities. And they are delivering. The results are there. And therefore, the onus is upon you and I, as the electorate, as citizens, to ensure that our future is secured under the next generation of leaders that are being guided and molded under the leadership of Prime Minister Gonzalez. That is the hallmark of a leader. Not just their ability to lead, to be strong, to be there in times of adversities, but also their ability to cultivate, to bring together young people, to extract out of them what they themselves may not even see at the time, their talents, their creative juice, their ideas, and to put them in positions that will see those ideas manifest into reality in different things. So the minister here this morning self, he talked about the transformation in mobilization and where he's been able in his own vision to digitize payments and decentralize services for payments, social welfare. One of the things that he looked at, bringing his own vision to how you transform that in this country. And now what they're looking at in housing, in how young people can get something to call a home for themselves without still being burdened by the usual configuration of a mortgage, so that they'll be able to still service that loan while at the same time living a healthy and decent life. It's the same thing with the Minister of Finance. There are those who have business ideas, but may not necessarily want to go to a credit union or a commercial bank to be bogged down with interest and paying off principal over a period of months and years. Because you know how it is when with an upstart new business, it takes a while for you to actually make some money. So while you start up a business, you still have to scratch your head to deal with payments of that loan. And therefore, the Minister of Finance came up with a genius idea of business grants. So that the young person who may have a wonderful idea, whether it may be an ice cream business, popsicle business, hairstylist, a barber, someone who may be into food delivery service, that they can put that idea on paper, submit that paper, pending approval, and then get a business grant to bring that idea into reality. Again, creative juice. Similarly too with on-site. There are young people who want to be trained. There are those who may not want to work in the public sector. And you provide an opportunity there that can benefit businesses and those seeking employment. So you develop on-site. And then recently I have GIVE, GYVE. Those who may have young people who may have ideas as to how they can enhance their community and submit proposals. That is giving the young people an opportunity to be leaders in their communities. That is what the Unity Labour Party is about, giving the young people the opportunity to lead and take charge. And that is why it is a no-brainer that the young people see this and they can connect with the policies and the programs of a Unity Labour Party government. Nobody going to connect if you're constantly chanting Ralph Gonsalves. Where every minute you turn on it, oh, Ralph. Or every minute you complain about this road, etc. road. Okay, yeah, we know there are roads that need fixing. What's new? There's nothing new coming from you. So it's either when it's not chant, Ralph, it's either, oh, look at this road or look at that building. What's new? What are the ideas? What are the solutions? Young people not going to bother with you with that. Where everything is either Ralph Gonsalves or this problem. You know? No. And when you look at your team, you realize, but you're talking young people, but you're hardly giving young people a chance even in your own party. You can't connect. And that's why it's a no-brainer. The scholarship opportunities provided by the government, empowering young people to fly like eagles with their wings unclipped. Because at the end of the day, when they get that certificate, you can't take that away from them. They have that for life. And they can choose to whether to be employed here or take advantage of the CSME treaty, and where they can go either Barbados or another country and work, or the OECS treaty where they can either go St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Antigua, Grenada, St. Lucia and work, because we are creating a citizen, not just St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but where you're a CARICOM citizen and where you can also be able to work anywhere else in the region and the world in good paying jobs, because that is the world we live in today. So you can go to the UK and be a nurse, be a doctor, be a supervisor, be a manager. You don't only have to be a janitor or a caregiver. Those don't only have to be options. That is the type of citizen that we are creating. But the NDP, they don't talk these things. Because they don't care about governing. They don't care about empowering. And they don't care about young people. All they care about is themselves. And what drives them is either just power for power's sake or for revenge. That's what drives them. While in the Unity Labour Party, you can see what drives the ministers, the prospective candidates, is the love for country, the love for people. And you see that manifested in the different policies and programs of a Unity Labour Party government. So your child has aspirations to pursue studies, we provide an avenue where they can get funding for that through scholarship opportunities. Your child want to learn a skill, want to become a bartender, want to become a mechanic, want to become an electrician, want to become a hairstylist, then we have avenues for that, where they can go to a technical institute, where we will even give them stipend if necessary. Or even better, if they're a single mother, and we provide them with baby products as an incentive. Or whether you have a business idea, you need somewhere to start, we provide the opportunity where you could get financing for that, small financing, to give you a leg up. Your house damaged, need repairing, or you need a whole new house, we provide the policies for that. We provide the contractor to assist. The contractor provide the workmen. We provide the material to assist. You're looking at home ownership. Where lands are available, we provide lands a knockdown price for the poor and working man and woman. These are what I'm talking here, the policies of a Unity Labour Party government. You don't get that from the NDP because they simply do not care. As a matter of fact, the minister mentioned this morning, when you can call for a cap in investments, there are capping opportunities for jobs, growth, and income. That alone should tell you that they simply, the opposition don't care about your well-being whatsoever. So I just wanted to start off on that, given that for the past 2 days, you've had yesterday, the 2 young women who are ministers, and I'm quite sure many of you were well pleased with their presentation and their outlook on things. And also today, this morning, where you had the Honorable Dr. Randall Brewster, very young man, very capable, who I'm quite sure you also enjoyed the interview. So it's now 12 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock here in St. Vincent and Grenadines. So we'll take a short commercial break and then we go into the next part of the program.
WEFM 99.9.
The flavor nice, it's locally made. Affordable price, Lord, up to $3 retail. When you see we line when you got a white case, show me what you like. It's cigarette from Empire, Holdings Limited. It's cigarette from Empire, Holdings Limited. With over 60 years experience, hold the best tobacco, best ingredients. Yeah. This is your boy Lou to say, support local, buy your cigarettes from Empire Holdings Limited. 10 cigarettes in a pack for up to $3 retail. Remember, smoking is not for minors.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve.
Come and they're telling us, listen, we're doing so well. We need you to give us $98 million to stand between now and election.
It's the General. Nobody.
Come and they're telling us, listen, we're doing.
Ready, set, serve. Singer, your favorite family store is now online. Log on today at www.singersvg.com and enjoy our store and products right at your fingertips. Now online are your trusted brands that you have come to love. Refrigerators to chest freezers.
Come and they're telling us, listen, we're doing so well. We need you to give us 90.
Browse our products, check the specs, compare brands and prices, and request parts all online. We have also made bill payments easier, more convenient, and simpler just for you. Log on to www.singersvg.com to learn more. Singer, your family company is keeping up with you and the times. Visit our website today.
And they're telling us, listen, we
of Singer, your trusted online family company.
Come and they're telling us, listen, we're doing so well. We need you to give us $98 million.
Limited is second to none when delivering excellence at reasonable prices. We offer new and used tires, tire repair and installation. We are the only place that offers nitrogen, which helps with gas consumption and ride comfort. Supplying you with brand name tires like Maxxis, Kumo, Good Ride, Westlake, and Triangle.
Boom! Enjoy the VIP style customer waiting lounge with refreshments and free Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying, yo? This is Skinny Fabulous, and when it comes to tires, nobody makes it easier than OT. Boom! Got me run the road. When the OT car tire.
Follow OT Tire on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter today.
Hey, boom! Run the road with OT tires.
For over 20 years, Cubano Limited professionally delivers top quality products and exceptional service. Located in Sand Hill and Kingstown, we are open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. We supply animal feed, dog and cat food, animal supplements, a wide range of floral supplies, nursery pots, ground cover and shade cloth, and much more. We also stock a wide range of motor vehicle supplies, including automotive oils, filters for all vehicles, engine coolants, and much more. Email us today at cubano_1@hotmail.com or call us today 451-2911 or 493-7175. Cubano Limited, professional, top quality, and exceptional service.
WEFM 99.9, home of quality programming. A source of reliable news and information. Home of legendary voices and music. WEFM 99.9, the clean fresh sound. Visit us online at www.999wefm.com. or call 457-9994. WeFM 99.9, the clean first sound.
99.9, the heart and soul of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. WEFM is SVG.
So yes, we are back in studio of WFM, and I am your host, Augustine Ferdinand. Remember the number to call, 457-9997. That's 457-9997. That's the number that you can call to get interactive with us on the program. So we were looking at the Unity Labour Party in the party of change and putting young people in different positions to take charge, to lead, to show their worth, and to also effect change. And when you do your compare and your contrast, you look at the opposition, what you see in the opposition, bunch of men and also one or two women who are driven by the love for power. And you have persons like Gordon Friday, Daniel Cummins, Sinclair Leacock, Terence Olivier, Fitz Bramble, all of them past 60, still fighting up because they want to be minister, because some of them want to exact revenge, not wanting to give young people that opportunity. And that says a lot about them. You know, I listened to even Max when Max called in, because everyone knows Max Walker is a critic of the government. But even Max himself confessed that he enjoyed the presentation of the two ministers yesterday. You know? And this is what the Unity Labour Party is made of, a reservoir of talent, reservoir of ideas coming from young people. I want you to listen to Max.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. I'm calling from Washington, D.C. I'm a past student of Fijian. And I want to say, I want to address two things at first. Now, you guys mentioned that someone said the ladies have an unfair advantage. And I think that is rhetoric, because ladies have been at a disadvantage for centuries. And the advantage that a woman that's supposed to get is not unfair, because they've been at a disadvantage for centuries. So to give a woman a little upliftment, I think is just trying to level the playing field. So we need to dash with that mindset. And also, I'm a critic of the ULP, but this afternoon, this is refreshing to hear the lady them how they articulate themselves, and I feel good, to be honest. And I don't call just to criticize. I also call to give praises, and I want to praise the young lady them today.
Thank you very much.
Hiya.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Very good, because I hear you from time to time on other radio stations, and appreciate your comment.
At the end of the day, I'm of intention, and I'm not tied to no political party. You understand what I'm saying? And anything that's good for St. Vincent, I go and praise. And these ladies are absolutely amazing for St. Vincent, based on what I'm hearing today. I feel good today as of intention, listening to them lady, they well articulated. And I am a product of Pigeon, because Pigeon teach me in St. Martin Secondary School, and Pigeon never mince his words when he used to tell me big money and stupid it. and the late great Mr. Butcher and Sark and all them guys. It's so refreshing program. Like I said, I am a great critic, because I love to criticize, and criticism is not because I hate. I criticize from a place of love, because anything that's good for St. Vincent, I stand behind it. That need improvement, I gonna criticize it, because criticism is what make me a great person I am today. I don't take it criticism as a bad-minded thing. So great program, and I know I'm gonna get some licks by me quote-unquote NDP friend of them, but it is what it is, becoming an NDP man and a ULP man.
Yeah. He enjoyed presentation by the two young ministers. And like I said, they have the Minister of Seaports, Energy, Urban Development, Honorable Ben Brown. You have the Minister of Social Mobilization, who was also Foreign Minister at one point, Honorable Kissel Peters. That is what the ULP is made of. Young, giving them the opportunity. And you also see it reflected within the public service. Persons who are permanent secretaries, directors, SAS, senior assistant secretary. You look at the doctors and the nurses you meet at the different health facilities in the country, very young. You go look at the financial institutions in the country, the banks, the credit unions. A lot of young people. That is the education revolution, you know. The education revolution is working. A lot of young faces. So from the institutions within the public and private sector to even the cabinet. Young people. And that is because of the vision and the drive of the Unity Labour Party government. But the NDP is different because they're not interested in none of that. They're not interested in that. And that is why for St. Vincent and the Grenadines to continue to grow, you have no choice but to put the X next to the star. In order to but to put the X next to the star. You cannot sit down. You cannot stay home. You have to go out and let your voice be heard and vote put the X next to the star. Because there's a lot at stake. And you can't take things for granted. So you have the Minister of Port, Seaports, Urban Development, Honorable Ben Brown. And you know, recently, I think it was last week, the minister was making a comment on Street Beat program with Mrs. Sion Marshall, where she was being interviewed, and you know, they were talking about the port project and the comments of Senator John on why the rush. It's an amazing thing. Why the rush? Why the rush to, you know, get the port project done? I can't even believe that. You know, someone who say you must let them. They questioning why the rush. I think project implementation is a very important thing, and meeting deadlines. And if you surpass deadlines, you should try and get it done as soon as possible. I think that was important, but clearly now the opposition is asking why the rush. And the minister, the very young minister, very able minister, let her comments known, because she too herself, she been involved in planning and projects. And I wanted to take a listen.
Siobhan, Senator John, she stated, why are you in a rush?
Yes, I heard that.
Why
What's the rush? Take your time.
What's
Yes.
the rush?
Yes.
Take your time.
Yeah,
Take your time. I go finish. We go finish the.
All right. Let's see. Yeah.
Siobhan, Senator John, she stated, why are you in a rush?
Yes.
So just have some audio issues there. But the question of why the rush which was asked by Senator Siobhan John. Oh, the government brought this supplementary estimates. And part of that is to have monies so that the work can continue at the port. And the senator in her contribution, Senator John, who is putting up herself to be candidate for North Windward, asks why the rush now. Let us see if we'll get to this.
From Siobhan.
What else do I play it from WhatsApp? What? In the meantime, we'll see if we can sort out this technical issue. Remember, the opposition when in Parliament this year, the government brought a bill to approve funds for the purchasing of equipment for the port.
Siobhan, from Siobhan, Senator John. She stated, why are you in a rush?
Realistically, the port is being built, no doubt about that. The government brought a bill to approve spending to purchase equipment.
Siobhan, from Siobhan, Senator John. She stated, why are you in a rush?
And you had members in the opposition who said no, they can't support that. Think about it. Daniel Cummins and Nick Hawk, no, we can't support that. Could call the name. So build the port, yes, but don't furnish it. The irony. Build the port, but don't furnish it. So we're supposed to have a shell, an empty shell. But luckily, the government has the majority, and therefore the funding was approved and equipment can be purchased. That done. They support the port, but now they can't support funding for the completion of the port. Tell me how that makes sense.
Siobhan, from Siobhan, Senator.
Supporting funding for equipment, and you ain't supporting funding to complete it. So how you support it? Somebody answer me that. How you support it? Huh? How you support it? Somebody answer me. How you can then say you support the port project?
Siobhan, from Siobhan.
And then, on top of all of that, you ask, why the rush? Why the rush? What do you mean, why the rush? The longer a project continues beyond, is more cost. That's one. You have a deadline to meet. And we got things to do. Hello. Because remember, the larger vision of the government is that with the relocation of the current port in Kingston, we have a whole area to develop, as what we are doing with the tarmac at Arnesville. But Siobhan John asks, why the rush? Why the rush?
Siobhan, from Siobhan, Senator John. She stated, why are you in a rush?
Yes, I heard that.
Why
What's the
you in
rush?
a
Take your
rush?
time.
What's the
Yes,
rush?
yes.
Take your
Take your time.
time. Take your time. I go finish it. We go finish the report. That was her thing. But that shows a sense of naivete on her behalf, because that's not the way her business works. A contractor is in the business to get the work done.
Right.
They're not just going to sit and wait because you're playing politics.
And
Then why should the workers of the port have to continue to make it work at the cruise ship terminal just to wait for you? That's not the point. The business goes on. The people's business must be done.
You hear that? The point that the minister made there is not just that you have a deadline to meet. Look, just what, Mercy, 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure how many of you saw the video. The amount of vehicles that landed at the cruise ship berth. Because persons would know that car boat uses the cruise ship berth to offload vehicles. Persons will know that even materials are offloaded at the cruise ship berth. So what happens there? And persons will know that during the height of the tourist season, we had issue where because certain cargo vessels have to use cruise ship berth, we couldn't get cruise ship at the same time. So what you're saying is that, look, don't rush the brush. Don't rush it. Ain't no reason to rush. Let us continue to use the cruise ship berth. But that takes away from what the cruise ship berth is supposed. Look, tourist seasons soon resume, you know. Tourist season soon resume. We should continue to take away from the cruise ship berth that is supposed to have all the tourists and cruise ships docking to use it to offload vehicles and other cargo. Nonsense. So we have to make sure that because of the challenges, we get this port project completed. But clearly the opposition don't, when I tell you that they don't care about you, they don't care about the country, that also tells you the story. Because for them, let us continue to use the cruise ship berth. Ain't no reason to rush the brush. Let's continue to use it. If some ships can't, some cruise ships have to not dock because of that, so be it. But no, we have a deadline to meet. Cruise ship berth is for cruise ships. But because of the challenges, we have to use it now for cargo. But Siobhan John and her colleagues, why the rush? It tells you they don't care about the country. And we have things to do. Because at that very area of the current port, like I said, the vision of the government is to develop that area for tourism purposes and also for the construction of a cultural performance arts center. That's the vision of the government. But let me give you another example as to how the NDP clearly do not care about Simmons and Johnny Grenades. A woeful party because I talked about it before, you know. The NDP knew that 2017, Iti Joshua would be decommissioned as an airport. They knew that. But they say, well, you know, let us come up with a plan as to what they'll do where the vast acres of land at the decommissioned E.T. Joshua Airport? No. None whatsoever. No vision, no idea. For them, that entire space should simply be left for animals to roam and whatever else. No vision. It took the Unity Labour Party to say, look, we have this master plan. Thanks to National Properties, Mr. Hans King and his team, you have a wonderful facility at Joshua Mall. Wonderful. Boutiques, banking service, hardware, food court. Lovely. But the centerpiece of the development of that vast space is the modern acute referral hospital. NDP, up to today, don't have a plan for that area. That alone tells you how woeful they are, visionless, lacking ideas. And it's the same thing now with the eastern part of capital city Kingston. The modern port is being built and soon completed. And nothing about what you're going to do with that vast amount of land space. Again, it's the Unity Labour Party that has the plan and the vision as to how we redevelop the eastern end of capital city Kingston in expanding our cruise ship berth facilities. So now you can have larger ships, because the way they're building these ships today, they're very large. Larger ships, more cruise ships, and have touristic shops and a cultural performance arts center in that vicinity. Vision. You ain't get nothing from the NDP. That tells you, again, they don't care about the development of country. Because had they at least had some sort of care, they would come up with a plan as to what to do with these two areas where the airport is no longer functional because we have an international airport now, and where because the current port would no longer be functional because we're building a new port. But let me take this call. So we had two calls at one time, but let me take the, oh no, we have some problems. All right. Greetings, caller. Hello.
Good day, phone man.
Yes. Greetings.
You're talking about plans. If you knew about the plan for the first coastal reclaim land, the body financial complex is resting down. There was supposed to be a road, running down there, going straight down, going down to Bottom Town area. Right now, if that road was in existence, you could have seen how the port system and instead of the little Tokyo alone there, that road would have facilitated the trucks coming out of the port and everything would have gone on a different street instead of this street itself. So there was a under the Labour Party back then, they had a major plan for the whole Kingston. But when NDP got into power, they went and put the financial complex and that destroyed the whole plan. There was a different plan for Kingston. Kingston would have been a little bit more pushed to the sea, and another road would have been there as far as I remember, because that plan used to be up by the post office and people could have gone and watch it. What they had planned for Kingston. Kingston was supposed to get bigger, So when you talk about NDP and plan, they don't have a plan, because if they just take what the Labour Party had and work that plan, we would have a better Kingston all now. So
the NDP
I'm not saying Kingston is not beautiful.
The NDP was never interested in continuing what Labour Party then did. And there are many examples to show, from the closing of many manufacturing plants in this country.
Yeah, well, that's saying they didn't have no plan. So,
Yes.
hello?
Yes.
I'm saying that they don't create plans because even in the manifesto, they don't really have nothing in the manifesto to say we're not thinking about the future of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So I don't know what people will be voting for. Are you just voting because you like the party or you don't like Ralph? You have to read the manifestos, man. You have to see what they are offering you. That is better than what the ULP is offering. You also have to listen to them. I mean, none of them come up on that platform that I watch on YouTube and say anything that they're going to do different than what the ULP is doing. The only thing they add into that is that they're going to do it better. So I don't know if I create a product, would I just turn it over to you because you say you could do it better and you have no track record of doing anything at all? You know what I mean? You have to have a track record of doing something. So I could, if I'm going to judge you, I have to judge you on your works.
Yes.
And if you have no proven work, how could I judge you? I have to go with the team that I see is doing something and creating something.
Yep.
I don't understand how people tell me, oh, this party in power too long. What is too long? 2 years is too long? 5 years is too long? For a whole thing to change, for a whole system, a whole new development, it takes years for that to happen.
Right.
I mean, you can't build a hospital in 5 years. By the time you finish the plan, the idea, get the architect done. 5 years done. So you have to get another 5 years to get into that, to build that port. How long do you think that port was in operation?
Yep.
Yeah?
All right, man.
I don't understand what NDP is. All right.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yes. It's the NDP. A comment coming in here saying the NDP couldn't conceive of any of these but want to finish what they don't build. The Little Tokyo will be redeveloped as well after the port is finished. The total transformation of Kingston away from what we saw in the center of Kingston. More green spaces and better designed facilities. Touristic shops, restaurants, boutiques, boardwalks, entertainment facilities, and cruise ships for bigger and more ships. That is the vision of the Unity Labour Party. You don't get this from the NDP at all, period. You don't get it. As a matter of fact, what you get from the NDP, and the person remind me here, is that they're talking about making Otley Hall work. Or as Kojo mentioned, doing things better. So yeah, the plans and the programs of the Unity Labour Party, they're good, but we'll do them better. Really? That's why I should vote you? Seriously? Or if not that, hope that you hate Ralph and vote you. Seriously? That makes sense?
Siobhan, from Siobhan, Senator John.
Again, going about the port, I want you to continue to listen to the minister. Listen to Minister Brown.
People were stressing and they were saying, or the opposition was stressing and they were saying, oh, it has been a year, it has been a year, it has been a year. But you need to think about it. It has only been a year.
Yeah. So what the minister is talking about it?
Siobhan, from Siobhan, Senator John.
It's over a year now. And some people ain't go back into the home. Mind you, it's over a year now. The opposition still ain't deliver what they promised to the people affected by barrel. Mind you. But for them, oh, it's over a year now. And it has some people still ain't go back into their own home. And therefore, the minister had to remind us that, yes, it's over here. But a lot of these homes, all of them wasn't built in just a year. We got to think about that. So I wanted to listen to the minister.
Yeah. It has only been a year. The 1,500 homes that were damaged on Union Island, they were not all built in 1 year. We did not start July 1 year, and by the next July we had 1,500 homes. That was not it. It all took time. And as you stated, when we have our private projects, we can understand delays, we can understand inconveniences, but why aren't we thinking about it on a national level? Right. There are people throughout the length and breadth of St. Vincent and the Grenadines who are waiting and patiently waiting and depending on the materials. So denying or saying I refuse to vote in agreement with this allocation of funds, it's basically denying someone's prayer, someone in your own constituency. That is their prayer. And I was especially disheartened to see the member for Southern Grenadines that he did not support this bill, because he himself came in the supplementary budget that we had 2 weeks after Beryl. He spoke about the dire need. In his presentation, he spoke about the dire need. The member for East Kingston, he brought a list, not last parliament, but the parliament before, of over 100 names that needed this help. But when you had the opportunity to do something, to act on their behalf, you chose not to. Why? Because of politics?
Because of politics. Yeah. That is the Honorable Benava Brown on Street Beat program with Sion Marshall. Saying that, look, it's just over here. The 1,500 plus homes, all of them wasn't built in just a year. Over a period of years, they were built by individual homeowners. And that is a fact. That is real. That is a fact. There's no way those 1,500 plus homes were built in a year by all those private homeowners. But yet the opposition expect that while we repair over 4,000 plus homes, that the thousands of other homes to be built would also be completed in a year. While at the same time, the opposition yet to deliver on their promise for the $100,000 in bursaries to students affected by Beryl, and also for material assistance to homeowners. They didn't deliver on those. Let me take this call. Greetings, caller. Welcome to Shakeup.
Mr. Ferdinand.
Greetings, caller.
But not only that, it is a year, but these houses are being built back better than they were, because we heard that some of them weren't built to the building code, and so they were jobs not properly done. So they're doing them properly now. So of course it's going to take more time if you're doing something proper than just when I'm putting up some board and some blocks and things. It's going to take more time if you get it done properly.
Remember Daniel Cummins said under NDP policy, you just let people look full and give them a little material and they help themselves.
But he didn't have to remind us of that. Because we know that was their housing policy. And I don't understand how they could be talking about building house for this one. Oh, Lord. You remember when Anissa went to the countryside and helped a lady out there to do a little bit better than how it was.
Yep.
The former prime minister told her not to do it again.
Yep.
Because everybody would. Yep. That tells you that they had no intentions of building houses for anybody.
Correct.
So they should be ashamed to go in parliament and talk all this foolishness that they're talking. Mm-hmm. I hear the other one, the one who got kicked out from up to North Leeward. He have his mouth running off now about how much the children used to make after when they go in the hills. So that is all the respect that they have for our children in this country. Mm-hmm. that in order to make big money, you're going to health. That is what they want to go back to. So people listening to them could understand that you have your bright children and you wanted help in them days, but didn't get it.
Correct.
But you're getting it now.
Yep.
So your children can go, they can fly like eagles with the wings unclipped because of this government. So you don't have time to listen to that garbage that they're spewing. You sit down, look around, see what is happening, listen, get information, and analyze for yourself.
Yep.
That years ago, my child would have come to school and just knock about. Even before they come out to school, they would drop out of school to go up in the hills because they work for how much money a day. Yeah. That's what they want, and that is what they want to take our children back to. So if you want to sit down and listen to them spew that garbage, but don't worry,
They say crap will smoke with pipe.
Crap will smoke with pipe. Some of them can ban the belly. I could tell you that. They can ban the belly because when they got 2 and 3, because we have households in this country with 2 and 3 and 4 children already went overseas, study, come back, who have masters, some of the names I can't call, because remember in my days, them things didn't happening, right?
That's true.
It is happening now. Don't make people fool all you. And don't make anybody come to your house and tell you, well, if you're voting for me, that is all right. But don't vote for them. Because we know what will happen.
Yep.
And that is what happened. And make them think that Vincent Jones voted so much for them last election, but that wasn't so,
Correct.
Because some of our people didn't go out and vote. It make it look as if so many persons voted for them. But that was not so at all. Vincent Jones, we have a good thing going. And if you have a good thing going, you have to continue with it.
That's right. Remind them, sister. Remind them.
Do not make the mistake of listening. And all the telling you, the first thing you want came to me and say, look at the roads. You want better roads? Don't think about the roads, because the roads can get fixed. And roads can be bad in this country. Don't care how much millions you spend. You're going to have bad roads. Because we know why. But think about my child. Might get a scholarship to go away. And not only that, Mr. Ferdinand could come back and speak a different language to me. I will be a dummy. I will have to get an interpreter to interpret what my child is saying to me, right? These are the things that you have to think about, Vincent Jones. All they want to do is to get there. And they don't tell us what they're going to do. We have a member of parliament who said to us, when he gets there, whoever said or do him anything, he's going for them, right? Why isn't he doing it now? Because he don't have the power in his hand to do it. But anytime we make the mistake and put the power in their hands, they would step on us. That is what they want. And they only want to say, I am the minister of this. All the years that you have to go to seas and all them guys, you ever hear them going around telling people, I am this and I am that? But before they get in, you have them, you know who I am? As if that is all they care about. They don't care about people in this country. And they talk about poor people and poor people. They don't care about one single soul but themselves. It's me, myself, and I. And we have to stop that. We have to make sure that we go to the polls. All you go to the rallies and all you have a good time. But the day, and comrade, you could ring the bell anytime now, because we're ready, We're ready. So you could ring the bell anytime because we're ready. But we go wait on you.
Red and ready.
Go to the polls and make sure you vote for ULP to continue the road that we are on. It's the road to progress. It's a road for you to be uplifted, It's for your children to walk through town. And when people look at, you see, she's a doctor, you know. You see, she has a master's in this, or it never happened before. The few people who had the doctorates and what have you, they didn't used to be afraid to show themselves on us, you know. But that is what all them things a dime a dozen in this country now, you know.
Yep.
It's a dime a dozen in this country, and we want to back out from me, right? But me and you gonna build a gas station further down the road. Okay? You have a good day, sir.
All right then. All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Buffy. Straight on point. Cannot sit down. We have to go out and put our X next to the star. You know, the comrade sister mentioned something there. I don't think I played the recording about it. Maybe I'll do it later on down this week. But I was reminded that it's not just over a year, you know, with the rebuilding of the homes. Because remember, we have to remember that sometimes we forget easily because, you know, things get so much better. That immediately after burial, you had to evacuate people out. Persons who are down there, you had to put them in alternative accommodations. But very important, you had to clean up the place. And that took millions of dollars. Immediately clean up the place. You had to pass supplementary estimates the same time when Friday was complaining that he was asleep. We had to get the monies approved to respond. And then he left for Canada. He can't deal with the pressure. We had to do that, clean up the place. Dead animals. Galvanized board. All sort of things. Trees. We had to clear the roads. Vinlec team had to go down. Deal with the utility poles and the lines. So it's not even a year. Then after that, remember Vinlec team again, along with other private contractors who are electricians, had to visit each and every home to make sure that they're suitable for reconnection. That took some time. So it's not just a year. And we had to get the essential services up and running. You know, because the government handled these things so well, we sometimes forget the process of immediate response because we handle things so well. But we did it nonetheless. And we repair over 4,000 homes. And we are rebuilding homes for people. What a remarkable thing. So we cannot take these things for granted. And as Ms. Murphy said, when if you want to go back to, well, you hear Daniel Cummins, oh, their housing policy, you find piece of land, go upon it, we provide you with the materials, and you and your family come together and help build it. Their housing policy. And then you have Patel Matthews, the former air rep for North Leeward. Seemed like he want NDP to win so that young people could go back in the hills. I don't know, and I mean, it's amazing. So I just want to play it before I leave here today. This is Patel Matthews. I mean, you didn't expect nothing better. Not true? Yeah, I can't say a surprise. Listen to this.
Come on, man. We better than that. In the days of Peter, when ganja was king, people used to refuse road work because you could go with the ganja and get $50, $80, $100 a day.
Let me play it again. Patel Matthews. I remember time Patel Matthews say, because they could get five ganja plants in the backyard, they must vote for that.
Come on, man. We better than that. In the days of Peter, when ganja was king, People used to refuse road work because you could go with the ganja and get $50, $80, $100 a day.
Yeah, must vote for that. So it's not about encouraging persons to empower themselves and learn a skill. It's not about provision of scholarships so that they could empower themselves, become employable. It's about who could go up in the hills and plant ganja and make how many times risk your life. Boy, I tell you, it's never a dull moment with the NDP. There's the NDP for you folks. No real plans, no vision, just nonsense. Running on hope you hate Ralph or hope you're fed up, and that is it. And somehow they think that right thinking, Vincentian, would see that as the alternative to the government. We gotta be out of our minds. We gotta be out of our minds. Thankfully, I'm confident that the majority of Vincentians will not fall for this foolishness. We are in a time where young people are being empowered, where young people are aspiring for greater things. Those who want to be electrical engineers, those who want to be vehicle automotive technicians, those who want to be medical doctors and nurses, accountants, actuarians, architects, engineers. They are aspiring for greater things. Carpenters and plumbers. And you're telling them about going back in the hills and risk your life and plant ganja? It really, this is what mass political party come to. They ain't talking about scholarships, you know. That is what they're talking about. I'm telling you must vote for that. Lord have mercy. But anyways, we come at the end of the program again. I apologize for some of the technical issues that we face. Hopefully by tomorrow you would be sorted, because that's some other recordings I wanted to leave with you here today, but no rush. With that, again, people of